all the foster kids out there in this country, all over the world, and all the kids who were rejected by their family because of the trauma that their family didn't like that that child had. This song is dedicated to you. I got your back, baby. I know right now you feel you need a friend. I'm here to make you smile and make sure you win. Like the Indians couldn't mix our blood together. And we will be the brothers forever. I know you losing your mama. Your mama can't be replaced. I know your daddy wasn't there, but I'll take his place. Little girl, you've been mistreated. With no one to hug, but if you give me a chance, I'll show you how to love. Who's in your family? Walk, it's thicker than blood, but if you hang out with me, I'll be your first and second hug. Then I'ma teach you about loyalty. I'll be loyal to you, and you be loyal to me. Family come first. They put you last. Join my family. Family together. You know what I mean? Why don't you climb on my back and come down that tree? Your neighbors treat you better than your own family. You be flesh of my flesh, I feel you bones of your bones. Welcome to my show, The Truth Hurts. I'm your boy TA, your teacher today, this Sunday morning. God is good, and we're going to get started with the lesson. Today's lesson is called Who Was Job? Or we can say, let's say, what does Job mean? Today's lesson is going to be mainly about forgiveness, but we're going to go through. We're gonna cover the book of Job, kind of like what Job was talking about, and how the church taught us when we was young about Job. It means some of that, but a lot of it didn't mean none of that. And I'm going to show you what it means, what Job really means, because we always talk about, you know how Job was persecuted. Well, that's how we have to be. Well, it's a deeper meaning than that. And if you know the real meaning of it, the Bible book, Job, the book of Job will be more interesting to you. I want to thank all my viewers last week. I had 100 viewers that viewed my show, and I'm grateful for that. Continue to view, let everybody know, send me comments, and we're gonna get to the truth hurts. Now, first of all, I want to thank Yahweh, which is the Most High God. Y'all call him God. His real name is Yahweh. You can call him Jehovah, which is I am, the Most High God, the most powerful God, the omnipotent God, the omniscience God. You can call it the omnipresent God. He's always around everywhere. He is God, Jehovah Jireh to me. He is my protector. He protects me and my family from viruses, sicknesses, diseases, from danger, from the hands of another man. He gives me our body, our health. He is my protector. Yahweh Shai is Christ. Y'all call him Jesus. In Revelations, they say his name is Yahweh Shai. That's his real name. Some of y'all say Yeshua, but the ancient Hebrew meaning that what the name God has given him, Yahweh Shai is Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai. So we got that out the way. I want to thank Yahweh in the name of Yahweh Shai for giving me the privilege to teach you guys the truth about this Bible that concerns us, the House of Israel, African Americans. I want to give shouts out to Latino and Native Americans out there who is part of the House of Israel also. That's how come Latino and African Americans kind of the same swagger. The only difference is we was chosen first and we disobeyed first. So that's how come the curse is on us worse than everybody. So we have to learn how to accept these truths. If you can't accept the real truth of the Bible, stop reading it. Stop studying. Stop going to church. What are you going to church for? And this is not just, I'm talking about other race of people, because a lot of this concerns you too, because a lot of y'all are not part of the house of Israel, and you're going around saying you are. But I want to show you where you're gonna get your blessing too. But there are some repercussion of a lot of hate that's been going around in this world since the beginning of time when it concerning the house of Israel and other race of people toward us. So the book of Job, I just want to go through some things with Job and the blessings that Christ told the Jews when he was sitting on the mountain. I believe they was teaching, or was it the synagogues? I don't know. But we're going to go through that. Then we're going to get into the forgiveness. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Here on The Truth Hurt, I want y'all to get the book, your Bibles out, and go to the book of Job. Okay? If you don't know how to get there, Google it. Here we go. I want to dedicate this song to all the foster kids out there in this country, all over the world, and all the kids who've been rejected by their family because of the trauma that their family didn't like that their child had. This song is dedicated to you. I got you back there. Okay, we're gonna get right down to the nitty gritty. Every Sundays I teach. I teach anywhere between 11 and 2 o'clock. I'm gonna teach. Okay, so get ready. I believe it's 11 now. So, can y'all bring me the mic, please? Okay, so I gotta get a mic. Okay, we're in the book of Job. We're gonna start with chapter 1, verse 1. Okay, as soon as I can get this mic. We got a little King bringing the mic. Got the mic?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see if this works. Maybe y'all can hear me better now. Is that better? Can y'all hear me in there? Okay. Okay, so the crowd in there hears me, my congregation, and we have the congregation on YouTube. My subscribers, all of my fans, I love y'all. All of y'all, I love y'all. Y'all have supported me from the beginning since I've started TA-East Lancaster and Homeless People Show podcast. And then I started the Addict Show. Then I started my music, my whole album. Look at my playlist. I've been getting views and subscribers since then. 3 months ago, I started this, and as you can see, I got over 6,000 viewers since 3 months ago. And these are not shorts; these are long videos. Okay, so let me check out the YouTube. I can get this up. The mic was messing up, so we're gonna take out the mic. I just got word from my one of the assistants that the mic is messing up. So, but I want to thank all of my viewers. I'm very grateful. If y'all didn't hear that with the mic, y'all have been supporting me since 3 months ago, since East Lancaster and Homeless People. That was my podcast. That has stopped for now. It is not completely stopped, but it's on hold. The album and the videos is what I'm doing now, and Bible study is number one. So, to Job, chapter 1, verse 1. Thank you, fans. Thank you, subscribers. Thank you, my audience. I love y'all. Y'all have supported me. Continue. I guarantee you, I know who y'all are. I see the comments. I've read them. I know who you are. Okay. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was Job. Okay, we got to know. We always say Job. Everybody say Job. Do y'all know what Job means? Okay, we're gonna go with Job means. Job means persecuted or hated. So let's start over. There was a man in the land of Uz whose name was persecuted, whose name was hated. Let's just say that. That's the Hebrew root word of Job. Persecuted or hated. Now just imagine, why would someone who just had a baby would call their baby hated? Why would someone who just had a baby, we're using our logical common sense here now. Why would someone who just had a baby would name their baby, let's name him persecuted? I can understand back in the days when they had babies or Indians or like the African tribes, an eagle would fly by and you just had a baby and they'll call the baby flying eagle. Or if you had the baby by a river and you call your baby flowing river. But what happened to where Job was born to where they had to call him hated? Who walked by who was hated? Who was around them who was so hateful to where his name had to mean persecuted or hated? So that goes to show you that Job was not one person. Job had to mean a group of people. Let's get deeper into the story. Whose name was Job, and that man was blameless and upright, and one who feared God and shunned evil, despised evil. Okay, that's what shun means. Never did evil, huh? And 7 sons and 3 daughters were born to him. I mean, he had many kids. There were many of them. Okay. Also, his possessions were 7,000 sheep, 3,000 camels, 500 yoke of oxen, 500 female donkeys, and a very large household. So that this man was the greatest of all the people of the East. So he was the greatest man in all of the eastern part of the world. So this group of people was the greatest group of people in that part of the world, okay? And his sons would go and feast in their houses, and each of on his appointed day, and would send and invite their 3 sisters to eat and drink with them. So it was a family thing, and everybody always gathered around and have a feast. Verse 5. So it was when the days of the feasting had run their course that Job would send and sanctify them. And he would rise early in the morning and offer burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. Thus Job did regularly. See, y'all got to recognize, if Job was so God fearing, why did his sons and daughters, he would feel that his sons and daughters, just in case, let's pray and let's sanctify them every day, just in case they're cursing God? Why would they curse the Most High Yahweh Shah? I mean, the Most High Yahweh, and when they see how he has blessed their father, Job? So this goes to show you that the sons and daughters that he's talking about is the tribe of Judah. And Job represents also the tribe of Judah. But why would he pray for them if God is so good to him? If he have all the riches and they have all the feasts? So this story is more than just, oh, and his sons and daughters was in it, and Job was persecuted by Satan, and he had all kind of bars and sores on his body. He was sick and all that. It's more than just one man they're talking about. Okay? So in verse 6 it says, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. The sons of men. He's talking about the servants of God. The sons of men, the servants of God. See you later. Y'all be safe. All right. So the sons of men, you talking about the ones that's with him now, Christ, Yahweh Shai. You talking about the angels. You talking about the servants of God, the one who God appointed. You know what I mean? They all come to, the beast in heavens. I don't know. The sons of men, the angels. Everybody had to go and present themselves and say what they did and all that. I don't know. That's what the Bible say. They presented themselves to the Most High Yahweh. The sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. Now, who's able to present themselves before God and see who God is? We can't do that, so it wasn't no flesh. It wasn't flesh. So we know the sons of men wasn't flesh when they went and presented themselves before God, because the Bible strictly says that no man have seen God, and any man that have seen God surely will die. That's scripture. So we know that the sons of man, we know that it wasn't flesh that presented themselves to God. So it had to be heavenly beings who went and presented themselves to God. And Satan came, and the Lord said to Satan, from where do you come? So Satan answered to the Lord and said, from going to and fro on the earth. To and fro on the earth. And from walking back and forth on it. So why, if Satan was an angel, fallen angel, and he can do all, he got, powers and stuff and all that, why do we have to walk? Because Satan isn't omnipotent, number one. But it just goes to show you how we was taught. And we was going around saying, oh, he walked back and forth on earth. He was just walking and looking and trying to devour people like that. No. Satan going back and forth is representing our adversaries that has took over the whole world. That's about to take over the whole world. That's trying to take over the whole world, where there will be one new world order. There will be one ruler. And so they're scouting the whole world. That's them scouting the whole world, trying to find out who they can devour, how they can steal, how they can rob, how they can kill. That's what Satan going to and fro, back and forth on the earth represents. Our adversaries, our slave masters, the ones who hate us. Remember Job, let's go back to what Job represents. His name means hated. Job, the name in ancient Hebrew, the Hebrew root of Job means hated, persecuted, hated. So Satan is walking back and forth to and fro on earth. God said, what are you doing? What? Satan said, nothing. Just walking back and forth to and fro on earth. So he's back and forth on earth. That means our adversaries are already put in place all around this on earth, all around this world, to persecute us. So that they can take over this world and create one new world order. That's what that represents. It's coming together, y'all. The prophecy is about to come true. on that part. So that represents our adversaries. Satan walking back and forth to and fro. That's our adversaries sitting set in place all over this world. Our oppressors, the authorities, the governments, the powers, the high powers in high places, high and dark places. That's them. Putin, the president of this country, the president of Russia, the president of Germany, the president of China, all of them. Because Satan uses them. He used them to oppress us, to hate us. Job represents the tribe of Judah. That's why his name means hated. Huh? Get it? And what race is hated more than the tribe of Judah? And that's the African Americans, Latino, and the Native Americans, who is also the part of the house of Israel. No, the Native Americans and the Latinos here in this country are not the tribe of Judah. No. They are the house of Israel, though. But the African Americans here are the tribe of Judah. We were personally chosen by God to be his lowly people, to be made to be like slaughtered sheep. He chose us because we was the blackest, ugliest, darkest, most beautiful. No one has hair like us. The Latinos and the Native American y'all mixed in with other race of people. That's how come y'all came out looking light like that and y'all hair changed. But y'all are part of the house of Israel. That's why you got pyramids in Mexico right now to this day. So y'all are part of the house of Israel. Y'all are the house of Israel. Not every one of y'all. Now, if your dad was white or if your granddad was white, then you are not part of the house of Israel. If your dad was white. But they have a blessing coming too. But they have a curse before the blessing. But that's why y'all don't suffer as much as us, because we was chose first and we became disobedient first. And y'all followed that disobedience. So the curse came on us. We was chosen to be made like sheep to be slaughtered. All of this was already written, what was going to happen. So God can reign forever, so that he can be praised and worshiped at the end. Because he's going to use the African Americans of how we've been slaughtered like sheep, how we've been slain and murdered, and slaves in this country mistreated, our wives been raped, beat, our kids murdered. I can keep going. Don't look at me like that. Y'all know it's true. So he used us for that, though. We're supposed to be treated like that. That because Christ was treated like that. Because Yahweh Shah was treated like that. So it says, and Lord said to Satan, we're in verse 7. From where do you come? Satan answered the Lord and said, God said, where you come from? And Lord said, so Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro on earth, and from walking back and forth on it. That means everybody is set in place. All of our adversaries are set in place. They have taken over this world. The Esau's have taken over this world. And you have to know the Bible. Continue to watch my show, because my Bible study, because you'll know who the Esau's are. Jacob and Esau. So That's what that represents. It ain't Satan walking back and forth and all that. We have to be taught what this means. Job represents us, and our adversaries is about to attack us. That's why, because they hate us. That's why Job's name means hated. And God is going to allow Satan to do this. God is going to allow our adversaries to do this. God is going to allow our slave masters to make us slaves. What? Wasn't we slaves here in Egypt and here for 400 plus years and more? It said Job was covered with sores and pestilence. Aren't we the most in percentage? Haven't we died the most when it came to diseases and viruses? COVID, we died the most. We died the most of cancer. We've died the most of diabetes. We catch more. We get the most. We died the most of AIDS. All of the pestilence and diseases and viruses that has hit this country and this world, African Americans, Latino, and Native Americans have died the most. So all those sicknesses and boils and all that Job had, that represents the tribe of Judah, the house of Israel. It does not just say, it says things we've been preaching in the church all these years, that he had sores on his body and he had all these sickness, and y'all never bought out that that represents the tribe of Judah. All these slaves, all those slaves that died in the bottom of those ships that had all those sores and diseases and sicknesses, and they threw them overboard and let the whales and the sharks, the fish, and all of them eat them up. That represents them. All those slaves that was in this country who was beaten and tortured and was sick, and they didn't give them medical attention and had all these diseases and sicknesses that the white man gave them. That represents them. The sores and stuff that Job had, that represent us. Now today, we're still dying the most of COVID. Millions of us have died of COVID. Why us the most? Because we are a cursed people. That represents us. God allowed it to happen. God told Satan, this is what he says in verse 8. Then the Lord said to Satan, have you considered my servant hated? That's what his name means, hated. Have you considered my servant persecuted? That's what his name means, persecuted. That's the root Hebrew definition of Job. It means persecuted or hated. Hated or persecuted. So when God said, have you considered my servant? Have you considered hated? The one y'all hate? Have you considered my servant, the one y'all persecuted? Have you considered the tribe of Judah, the one y'all have hated since I put them on this earth? Have you considered the house of Israel, who y'all have been persecuting since day one? Excuse me. This is what that really means. This is what it's saying. Don't sit up here and look at me like that and tell me I'm not telling y'all the truth. Y'all know I'm telling y'all the truth. Y'all see it, y'all feel it, you're reading it, and you done studied it, and a lot of y'all don't want to teach it. And I'm talking about pastors and preachers and prophets and bishops here who don't want to teach it. A lot of y'all don't want to teach because y'all don't know how to teach and y'all don't know the truth. And when the truth came to y'all, y'all rejected it. That's why the good word, the Bible strictly says that a lot of our own people are going to reject the truth. Only few of us will receive the truth. And y'all thinking it's the ones in the suit and ties at church every day. They're the ones that's rejecting it. Shame on y'all. Shame on y'all. God called Job a blameless and upright man, one who fears God and shuns evil. What tribe do you know? What race of people that fear God the most? African Americans. Look at the percentages. 73% of us go to church. They say in percentage, most of us go to church seeking faith, seeking God, seeking the Most High, seeking Yahweh Shai. Most of us. We have the highest percentage of going to church. Church is real. The word church is in the Bible, so I respect that word. That means the body of Christ. That means the body of Yahweh Shai. The one who died for us, who sacrificed for us. So God called us blameless and upright. He looked at us just like sheep. We needed to be guided. We needed to be shepherded. But there's a group of people who hate us. There's a group of people who don't like us because of our color, because of our hair texture, because of our faith. Because of our faith. And they're set up all around the earth, from here and there, to and fro, to kill us, to destroy us, to oppress us, so that the prophecy can be fulfilled, so that the curses upon us can be fulfilled, so that it will not go away until the end, so God can show his mighty hand, bring us out of it. Everybody's going to be so impressed with him bringing us out of it, they're going to say, how did that happen? That everybody's going to want to worship him. That's how this all set up. We live in a dream now. Everybody living, trying to get here, trying to do this, trying to do that. You don't know if you're going to live to see tomorrow. You better get with this word. No, the Bible was not written by a white man. The Bible was written by black men. King James was black too. The Bible is so powerful. Yahweh, the Most High God, Yahweh is so powerful that even our enemies can't destroy it. If you really knew the truth of what all this meant, you wouldn't say the white man wrote this anymore. The white man followed the same thing. That's why they twisted it, the teaching. They didn't twist the words in the Bible. They twisted the teaching. And when they made these new translation Bibles, they put other words with it. But it's still, you still can't take away what this says right here. They're not gonna change. They're not gonna. They're not gonna. This is talking about us, our people. It hasn't been changed. If they change this, then it's not talking about us. So Job represents us. The sores and balls and all that represent us. His sicknesses, all that Satan put on him, all the people that died. Let's go on. So we know how God looked at Job as a righteous man. We know how the Most High God, we call him Yahweh. Okay? On my channel, we call him Yahweh. Christ is Yahweh Shai. So when I say those two names, Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, know what it means. So Satan answered the Lord and said, this is verse 9. Does Job, the one who's hated, fear God for nothing? Have you not made a hedge around him, around his household, and around all that he has made on his every side? You have blessed the work of his hands, and his possessions have increased in the land. But now stretch out your hand and touch all that he has, and he will surely curse you to your face. So God, this is Satan telling Yahweh, the Most High God, you protecting him. Let something happen. Can't nothing bad happen to him. Of course he's going to praise and worship you. If something bad happens to him, will he still praise and worship you? If he gets sick, will he still praise and worship you? So God gave Satan permission to do this, okay? Again, there was a day when the sons of God and Satan came also among the presence of himself before the Most High. And the Lord said to Satan, "From where do you come from?" Satan answered, "From here and there, to and fro on earth." That's our adversaries. Saying, "I'm set up where you want us to be. I'm set up in blockages. I'm set up in what you call it, I can't even get the name for it. But I'm set up in different camps, in stations. We're stationary in different parts of the world to oppress your people." That's what Satan represents in the story of Job when he say to and fro, back and forth on earth. God had them set up to oppress our people so that when he said, "I will surely curse you," this is how he's cursing us, through Satan, through our adversaries, through the government, through people in high, dark places, the ones who have powers here on this earth, them. So, so God told Satan, "Okay, well, go ahead. I put the tribe of Judah in your hands." So Satan went out from the presence of the Lord and struck Job. Satan went out from the presence of the Most High God and struck the tribe of Judah. Us, the African Americans, Native Americans here, Latino Americans, with painful bars from the sole of his foot to the crown of his head. We've been getting balls sick. I got an auntie dying right now from cancer. Or is trying to get her to die. I got friends and people right now sick from something. It's always something, somebody we know sick, dying from some kind of disease. That's what this is talking about right here. From the soles of their feet to the crowns of their head. And he took for himself a potsherd with which to scrape himself while he sat in the midst of the ashes. A like a stick they scrape the pots with, I guess, to clean the pots, but he was using it to scrape the sores off his body. Reminds me of Lazarus. That means has saved. God has helped. Lazarus had sores so many sores on his body that the dogs had to come and minister to his sores. That means the dogs was licking the sores so that it would heal, help him heal, make him feel better. Because the adversaries, his slave masters, wouldn't do it. They wouldn't minister to him, so God sent the dogs to do it. Oh my gosh. So that's what that represents. All those sores and balls that Job had, that represents all the sores and balls and sicknesses and diseases that we had, that we got now today, that we're dying from today also. All the prophecies haven't been fulfilled, so this still is going on. You can't see everything now. They're putting stuff in there and killing a lot of us. And they're going by our immune system. They know what we eat. They know what we drink. They know what we're using in drugs. They know what's weak. And they know what to put in the air to kill us. This is Satan going to and fro, back and forth. That's what that means. Then his wife said to him, "Do you still hold on fast to your integrity? Curse your God and die." You hear a lot of us tell us, yeah, most of us go to church. And you hear the pagans and you hear the atheists say, y'all believing in a God, y'all the most cursed race on here. Won't y'all curse y'all God? Won't you curse the most high, y'all most high God? Shit, y'all poor, beat down, broke, y'all was slaves in this country and y'all still going to church praising this God? Y'all dying the most of all kinds of diseases. Y'all have the most percentage when it comes to substance abuse. And you still praising the most high God that y'all call Yahweh? Every time a Every time excessive force happened in this country toward African Americans, we get on national TV, we hold hands and we pray and we say, God, 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 Lord, oh Lord, Lord, Lord. And all the other race of people saying, man, y'all still crying out to God, but y'all still getting murdered and killed. Why y'all crying out? Obviously, y'all God ain't looking down on y'all. We hear that till this day. And we're hearing it in Job. His wife and everybody he knew said, curse God and die. You still trying to hold on to this integrity that God is with you, and you got all these sicknesses and all this stuff. You dying, and you ain't getting no favor. Your prayer ain't getting answered, and you still holding on to your faith. Yay, African Americans. Yay, Tribe of Judah. Yay, House of Israel. Continue to hold on to your integrity. No matter how much all these hard times we having, these struggles that we have, all this oppression and depression, discrimination, racial and hate crimes against us, we still holding on to our faith. We're still holding on to our faith. We still believe in the Most High God. We still believe in Yahweh Shah. We still believe in Yahweh. In spite of how much y'all hate us, we still hold on to this word because we know it's true. So, all of this is what Job means. Job bounced back, kept his faith. We're not going to go through the whole story. He bounced back, kept his faith. He didn't give up. God healed Job because he didn't give up, because he kept his faith. He never cursed the Most High God. He never cursed Yahweh. Everybody tried to get him to curse him because of all that was happening to him. They tried to get him to curse Yahweh, but he didn't. He held on, and he got blessed and got more than what he lost. He got double than what he lost, and he got healed from all his sicknesses and lived a long life. God brought him back. God is trying to show us if we stay faithful to him, he'll bring us back. He's showing us prophecy right here in Job. This is what this means. That's God showing us out of all of our oppression, out of all of the discrimination, out of all of the persecution, out of all of the hate crimes that was against us, out of all the murders, the rapes, the put in prison when we was innocent, out of all the mistreatment, out of all the whole world judging us and mistreating us, God is saying that he's going to heal us from all these sicknesses and going to save us from our enemies and bring us back to the land of Israel, to where we belong on the new earth. This is what this represents. We've been looking at Job all wrong. Yeah, it has a little something to do with it, but Job is us. Satan is our oppressors, our adversaries, the ones who hate us. Remember, the word Job means hated, persecuted, or hated. It is not a single person's name. It's someone who was persecuted. It's us who was hated. We're hated, y'all, because we represent Yahweh Shah. We look like him. We act like we will walk around, and they know this. So they have set up a system to where we are the most looked down race. God chose the most looked down race. He chose the darkest because there are more light skinned people now here, fair skinned people on earth than dark now. In this country, it is. And it's set up like that for a reason so that he can use us to show his mighty hand. If it was more of us, if he's going to use the more number of people, then people wouldn't give him the credit. They would give the more number of people the credit. They would say, well, it's a lot of y'all. Of course y'all won. Of course y'all strong. But when it's only 7.3% of African Americans here in this country, 14.3% of black people here in this country, and the other race of people are fair-skinned people, we're outnumbered. And we still have the strongest voice. So now we're done with Job. Y'all understand that? That was something I threw at y'all. That's a monkey wrench right there. See, y'all didn't know all that. Let's move on. If you want to go deeper into Job, read it. Y'all sit there and read on social media all day on your phone. Y'all too lazy. Y'all scared. scared to pick up the Bible and read it, lazy, scared, scared that some truth gonna hit you that you can't handle. We're such a false living world. Welcome to the truth. We're gonna go to Luke chapter 6, verse 20. Luke chapter 6, verse 20. I want to dedicate this song to all the foster kids out there in this country, all over the world, and all the kids who've been rejected by their family because of the trauma that their family didn't like that child had. We're going to go to chapter 5 first, verse 11. This is about forgiveness. Don't leave. I know right now you feel you need a friend. I'm here to make you smile and make sure you win. Like the Indian, let's cut and mix our blood together. And we will be the brothers forever. I know losing your mama can't be replaced. I know your daddy wasn't there, but I'll take his place. Little girl, you've been mistreated with no one to hug. But if you give me a chance, I'll show you how to love. Who's in your family? It's thicker than blood, but if you hang out with me, I'll be your first and second hug. Then I'ma teach you about loyalty. I'll be loyal to you, you be loyal to me. Family last, family come first. They put you last, join my family. Because family together, you know what I mean? Okay, we're back. Okay, now we're trying to help those of y'all who don't know this word. All right, now we're gonna help those of us who have trouble with forgiveness. Forgiveness. I have trouble with it. You know, something had happened the other day, and this was out there a couple of days ago against someone who I really love. And the person who sinned against the one who I really love is family also. So it was devastating. Uh, it was an unforgiving act almost, and I don't see how I could. And I want to do damage. Right now, I have forgiven that person, but I'm still hurt. Now I want to get to this story right here. This is Luke chapter 5, verse 11. And it's about a man who had leprosy, okay? I think I taught on this before, and I'm going to bring it back because there's a few issues that I think needs to be addressed when it comes to our people. We don't want to forgive each other when it comes to our people. We have to realize that when God created us, He did not create us a 100. Whoever your wife or your husband is not a 100. Accept the 60 that they are. That means they're going to say something you don't like. That means they're going to go against something you don't want them to do. If your brothers and sisters ain't going to be that perfect, but they're going to be hated the most. Your mom and dad and your kids ain't going to be that 100 you expected them to be. They're going to say things that's going to hurt us. And I look at them as you just not a 100. You just not there. And then I look at myself and say, guess what? I ain't either. And I believe that the house of Israel would be it ain't a believe, we will become more close and more powerful if we learn how to forgive. But we don't know how to forgive, so we're separated and we are divided because of forgiveness. We rather kill you than forgive you. We would rather get rid of you out of our life completely than forgive you. We rather see you die than forgive you. That's me. I've had a problem like that since the beginning of time in my life. So it starts with this in verse 11, chapter 5 in Luke. So when they had brought their boats to the land, they forsook all and followed him. Talking about disciples following Jesus. And it happened when he was in a certain city that behold, a man who was full of leprosy saw Yahushua. Leprosy was a disease like the measles, but you turned all white and you still lived. And it was contagious, according to what research. And when you had leprosy, you could not live in the village. The house of Israel, according to the law, you were put out of the house of Israel if you had leprosy because no one wanted to catch it. So they would put you outside of the village and you had to camp miles away from it somewhere else where they couldn't catch it. They would take you and strip you away from your family. So that means if you had a wife, if you're a husband that with leprosy and you have a wife and kids, you have to leave your wife and kids because you have leprosy. And the high priest, the priests, the preachers, the pastors, or whoever, the priests of the house of Israel are the ones who are in charge to put you out. They don't care how, what, kids, they don't, you gotta go. So this man had leprosy, right? And he saw Yahushua. Y'all call him Jesus. He saw Jesus and he fell on his face and implored him, saying, Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean. He already knew Yahushua had the power. He knew he had the power. If you are willing to make me clean, right now, y'all need to be thinking that right now. If you are willing to heal me, you can make me clean. Be willing. I believe in you. So this is this man with this sickness called leprosy coming up to Yahushua with this kind of faith. Check it out. You can make me clean. Verse 13 says, then he put out his hand and touched him, saying, I am willing. This man is showing us to come to God boldly to the throne. Boldly. Like, man, you can make me clean. Why wouldn't you? I'm the chosen one. Yahushua said, I'm willing. Be cleansed. Immediately, it didn't say it took 2 weeks. The man became clean. Immediately, the leprosy left the man. Leprosy left him immediately. Like, just like that. And he charged him to tell no one. Yahushua told him, gave him an order, don't go and tell no one. Because he didn't want to be crucified before his time. Because that would have caused the Romans and the soldiers and all that to come after him and do some damage. Because I believe he did it on Sabbath. Let's find out. But go and show yourself to the priest. So Yahushua said, don't go tell nobody, but first go to the priests, the ones who put him out, the ones who mistreated him, the ones who told him you have to leave your family and your newborn baby. We don't give a damn about you having kids, you having a wife. We don't care how much you done gave to the church. We don't care about how much you donated to the pastor. You got to go. And here's Yahushua telling this man who he just healed, don't go tell nobody but to the people who put you out. He said, but go He said he charged him to tell nobody, but go and show yourself to the priest and make an offering for your cleansing as a testimony to them, just as Moses commanded. The priest was in charge, according to Hebrew customs, the priest was in charge of putting everybody out who had a disease that was contagious out of the village, out of the house of Israel, into a camp far away. And they put that man out. The priest, the one who you go and ask for help for, spiritual guidance, the ones who you go and ask seeking God help to find answers and spiritually to find answers. God, the house of Israel chose those group of people to put him out. Imagine me going that the pastor of my church was appointed to put us out, everybody out of the church who had COVID. But in order to be healed, we had to go back to the pastor who put us out. That's how this man felt. So, see, the Bible ain't gonna, they're not gonna teach you this. This is deep. They don't teach you the Jewish customs, the house of Israel, how they did it back then when you had leprosy. When you had leprosy back then, you had to leave the entire village, the entire tribe. Christ is telling him to go back so he'll be a testimony. Look what Yahweh Shah did. But he said, go to the priest first. Because in order to be accepted back in, you have to show that you're healed. But instead, he went and ran his mouth to everybody else. He said, and make an offering for your cleansing as a testimony to them, just as for Moses commanded. However, the report went around concerning him all the more, and great multitudes came together to hear and to be healed by him of their infirmities. That's us. So he had to go and show himself to the priest. But he didn't want to go to the priest first. His mind was left. It said instead it said, furthermore, he went and reported it around everywhere else instead of the high priest. Instead of the priest who put him out. Why would he do that? Why would the Bible record that? Because it showed that he had no interest in showing the ones who did him wrong. He had no interest in going back to the ones who persecuted him because he had a disease, because he had a problem. He had no interest or concern. He didn't care about what the Most High God commanded him to do because he was so hurt. He was so hurt in pain off of what they did to him after putting him out, taking him away from his family, treating him like he was an outsider when he was part of that tribe just because he had a disease that he couldn't help getting. He couldn't see himself going back to them. But in order for him to be totally, fully healed, he had to go show himself to the priest. And according to research, the leprosy came back. I don't know how true this is, but the missing books, but according to research, the leprosy came back because the man did not show himself to the priest. That's why they put it in there. Furthermore, he did not go show himself to the priest. He went everywhere else but them. And the leprosy came back. So he didn't get healed fully. God is trying to show us what this means. You have to go show yourself to the priest in order for you to receive your blessing. You have to go back to the people who have hurt you. You have to go back and forgive the people who have hurt you. You have to go back to your dad, to your mom, to your brother, to your sisters, whoever have hurt you in your life. If you don't go back to them, or you have not forgiven them and went back to them and shown them that you have forgiven them, your sickness will never go away completely. The pain that you got, that misery that you're living in, will never go away until you go show yourself to the priest. I had to forgive the person who have hurt the one I truly love the other day. I cried my eyes out. I couldn't stop crying. I wanted to hurt him. But he also was the tribe of Judah. I had to forgive him. For many years, I had resentment towards my mom, my brothers and sisters. I don't get a call from them to this day. Maybe one or two every here and there to rub some in my face that they all did together. But no, we're not close at all. Me and my mom talk, but it took me almost 20 years to forgive them or to even say hi to them. But I hold that resentment in so long that it began to make me sick. I wasn't getting blessings that Yahweh Shah had for me, that the Most High had for me. He stopped a lot of my blessings. I had to learn how to forgive and forget because God forgave me of my dirtiness. He forgave me of my lack of being a 100. So I had to forgive them of their lack of being a 100. Because what does the good word say in the Bible? It says this: if you do not forgive your brothers and sisters for them sinning against you, neither will your Father in heaven, which is the Most High God, Yahweh, He will not forgive you of your sins either. That's what the Bible says. Don't get mad at me. I'm talking to me. I'm talking to those who I know out there. I'm talking to the ones who's listening to me. You have to forgive in order to move further in life by the help of God's hand. Now, if you're going to try to move further in life without the help of the Most High, Yahweh, then you'll never make it. Because if you're part of the tribe of Judah, if you're part of the house of Israel, then we can do nothing without Yahweh. Everything we try to do and everything that we try to do to bless ourselves is going to backfire on us, or we're going to lose it. I'm a witness because I lost my wife and my kids. Because I didn't put him first. Putting him first is first having a forgiving heart. So forgive them. Forgive the ones who have hurt you. Show them that you have Yahweh Shah in you. Go show yourself to the priest so that that sickness will go away. Go show yourself to the priest so that that cancer will go away. Who haven't you forgave? Go show yourself to the priest so that you won't be sick all the time. Go show yourself to the priest so that you can be healed. Go show yourself to the priest so you won't be so angry all the time. Showing yourself to the priest is a sign of you forgiving the ones who have hurt you. That's what this story means right here. That's why Yahweh Shah said, first, go show yourself to the priest as a living testimony of what I've done for you. And that's going to show that you have forgiven them for putting you out, taking you away from their families. This does not mean go and forgive those who was our slave masters and all that. No. This does not mean go forgive those who have murdered us. No. This is talking about the tribe of Judah, the house of Israel here. Go show yourselves to the ones who have hurt you. Meaning go show yourself to the priest means, this is the symbolic meaning, means forgive those who have hurt you. And you just can't do it by words. Show them that you have forgiven them. And watch God bless you. Watch God bless you. Watch Yahweh bless you. Watch Yahweh bless you in the name of Yahweh Shai. Go show yourself to the priest. I did it and I got so much peace now. I feel so good because I showed myself to the priest. All of my sicknesses and stuff have went away. And the ones that's lingering behind me, like my anger issues and all that, I have control now. And I can let loose anytime I want without it doing it for me. This is the last chapter. Chapter 5, verse 11. Yes. Chapter 6, verse 20 in Luke. Okay. Another thing I want to tell you, audience, that Job also means, they also have suggested, scholars now suggested that Job also means he who weep, he who returns. God has always, all through the Bible, have shown how he's going to return us back to him. And all through the Bible, we have shown how we have been weeping and weeping for him to return us. Job also means he who weeps, he who returns. Job also means persecuted or hated. That's all the symbolic meaning of the tribe of Judah. That's us. We have been the most persecuted and mistreated and the most hated. We are the only dark race that have hair like wool, pure wool. In Revelations, it says hair like pure white wool. In Daniel, it says just hair like pure wool is the hair of Yahweh Shai, who we say is Christ, the Son of the Most High God, Yahweh. So Job represents us. The priest and the man with the leprosy is saying to forgive those who have hurt us so that you can be healed. But first you have to forgive those who have hurt us for you to be healed. In order for you to be healed, you have to go show yourself to the priest. Read Luke chapter 5 and 11 and you will know what I mean by that if you have just tuned in to this Bible study. We're going to move into the last chapter, Luke chapter 6, verse 20, okay? This is Jesus talking to the multitude and talking to the disciples. He's blessing everyone. He's teaching now. He's teaching, and everybody's on the mountaintop, and he's about to bless the house of Israel, Jerusalem, who's there listening to his teachings, okay? Then he lifted up his eyes toward his disciples and said, "Blessed are you poor, for yours is the kingdom of God. See, we've been taught in church that this is talking about everybody. Every poor person. He's talking to the house of Israel only. He's not talking to nobody but them. That's us, tribe of Judah, Native Americans, Latino, African Americans here. We have been the poorest in this country more than any race. And we got the freest people. I don't see how, but that's the curse. Yahweh Shah said, blessed are you poor. That's us. For yours is the kingdom of God. Ours is Yahweh Shah that comes from God. That's what he's saying. What's ours is Christ that came from God. That's ours. He came for us. That's what he's saying right here. But the church is teaching you that that was for everybody. No, it's not. Blessed are you who hunger now, for you shall be filled. He's talking about those of us who were starved, who kept us hungry for days and weeks and let us die of starvation. Treated us like animals, gave us crumbs from the master's table. He's talking about them, us, our ancestors. He said, for you shall be filled. Yes. The church don't teach you that, see. Blessed are you who weep now, for you shall laugh. What is Job's name? He who weep. All the slaves, the Hebrew slaves in Egypt to this day, to this country, we were slaves 400 plus years. How many times have we wept to the Most High, Yahweh, to save us from our enemies? He, who else would he be talking to? Surely he ain't talking to Joel Osteen them. They ain't weep. When have y'all suffered? Y'all call that suffering? Missing a church Sunday? Missing a lunch? We weep because we was dying. Our ancestors to this day, we weeping because we're dying the most from this cancer stuff. That's the biggest one we're dying from. We're crying out to God saying, why? Because we curse. How in the hell you gonna say that ain't meaning us? I can name 10 more diseases. I can name 10 more things that we suffer the most. And Yahushua saying, blessed, so we shall not weep no more, we shall laugh. So don't look at me like that. He said, blessed are you who weep. Job's name means he who weep. That's why Job was representing the tribe of Judah. I'm teaching y'all something now. Y'all have to stay with me. Blessed are you when men hate you. Who are the most hated? Why would he say any other race? Y'all ain't being hated. Everybody love y'all. Y'all love each other. But every time a black man walk up, a dark person or a brown person walk up, we are looked down on. That's why Yahweh Shah said, blessed are you when men hate you. We can't even get the best jobs and we are the best ones that fit in it. But because of our skin color, because of our braids and our dreads and all that, y'all hate us. So he's talking about us. Name another race who's hated but the Indians was. They're wiped out now. They don't hate them like that. I'm talking about the American Indians. And they are the Native, they are part of the house of Israel also. The Latinos here are part of the house of Israel. They have had some suffering too, but not like us. He said, blessed are those who men hate you. Y'all know that he's talking about us. We have been lynched because y'all hate us. We have been mistreated because y'all hate us. We have been excessively forced by gun wounds from the police because they hate us. We have been wrongly convicted of crimes because they hate us. We are wrongly pulled over and written tickets because they hate us. We are not accepted from a lot of good jobs because we are discriminated by the way we look and who we represent. That's why they hate us. Who else would he be talking to? Know the truth about this Bible, y'all. Y'all trying to skip where you reading it for if y'all gonna skip the truth. Know it so y'all know where this life is going. Know it, know it, know it. And when they exclude you, exclude means leave him out. We don't want him involved with it. We don't want him a part of us. How many? We are the most excluded race on this earth. The darker, y'all know this. And revile you and cast out your name as evil. They have our name black. They say black is evil. The racist white people, the racist race, any other race of people, they gotta be white. You got other race of people who have. I'm talking about the hate, the people who hate us. Teach their kids that black is bad, that black is evil. Cast out your name. They cast out who we are. Look down on African Americans. Say we lazy. That's a lie. We slaved for so many years in this country that our ancestors and stuff, we refused to work hard for $21 an hour when we deserve 200 and some dollars an hour. Y'all can have it. Y'all think $21 an hour is something. They rob, y'all slaves too. They supposed to be paying us way more than that. We got smart. That's the spirit that's in us now. We don't have that slave mentality to work for a little bit of nothing no more. So they y'all slander our names, our race, try to make us look bad, try to make us seem like we're the dumbest. We're if we the dumbest, huh? I show up. We show leading the politician. We lead in politics. We lead in sports, in movies, acting, all the big stuff that y'all love. We lead in it. But we are talked down the most. Latino, Native Americans, African Americans, they look down on us the most. This is not our kingdom. This has to be. They have to look down on us. It ain't going to get no better. It's going to get worse. And the only ones of us who can handle this are the ones who know this word, the ones who follow this word, and the ones who live by this word. The way that it really says, not the way that the church, the past church have been teaching us. Y'all scared to say a curse word. Y'all scared that if y'all use one profanity word, y'all gonna go to hell. Church have taught y'all that foolishness. When all through the Bible they was calling each other female dogs, all kind of stuff, heifers, saying all kind of cuss word, prophets cussing everybody out who was doing wrong. He said, and cast out your name as evil for the Son of Man's sake. Cast not name out as evil when we worship God, the Most High. Rejoice in that day and leap for joy. He said, rejoice, y'all. Let them do all that. This is talking about us. See, they got y'all thinking this is talking about everybody, every church. No. No, it's not. He's talking to the tribe of Judah, the house of Israel. And that ain't Esau them. That is us, African Americans here. Latino, Native Americans here. Why are we the lowly here? Because we have been cursed, and this is not our kingdom. If you are white, this is your kingdom. You have no business being poor in your own kingdom. What is wrong with you? You have a part on the new earth too. You're going to reign too. You're going to have all that too. But your ancestors and what they did wrong have brought a curse on you, like our ancestors have brought a curse on us. And it's going to cause y'all to have to serve us for 1,000 years. We have to accept that this is y'all kingdom, this country, this world. I have accepted that. I know the truth because I know I don't belong here. But while I'm here, I'm going to make a difference. My name will never die. Von Victor, T.A. Y'all get that later. Let's move on. Finish this. But woe to you who are rich. He's not talking about people just with a lot of money. He's talking about people who are rich in pride, who are rich in oppression, who are rich in depressing people, who are rich in adversaries, who are rich in doing evil, who have no mercy, who are rich, who have no mercy, who have no love, who are rich in hate. Those of you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. You got your stuff now. That's why he said in the end, y'all got to pay for all that. Y'all didn't help nobody. Y'all oppressed everybody. Y'all made everybody slave and thinking y'all gonna die and then get a new life after y'all die and still have good. No, you got to pay. We're paying. Look how poor, broke down we are. Even y'all, the highest of the highest, black and brown people with these reality show kids, y'all see on these reality shows with the nice house and all that, y'all ain't even all in peace either. Y'all suffering too. It's just not showing on the reality show. Y'all being discriminated too. Y'all have to go through these channels too. But woe to you who are rich, for you have received your consolation. Woe to you who are full, for you shall hunger. Your time is coming where you're gonna be hungry. See, church ain't telling y'all. Church is saying that oh, the rich is gonna be hungry now. He's talking about our oppressors. He's talking about our slave masters who fed us crumbs from the master's table. He's talking about our oppressors who made us eat pig lineage instead of giving us the good food. Who made us eat the stems from the vegetables instead of giving us the leaves. Y'all going hungry. Y'all gonna get a taste of what we tasted. And so what can't go around is gonna come around. What went around is coming around. This is what this means. It's scary to teach this in the church, especially the church that is not full of African Americans, because that's saying something against you, and you don't want to teach the truth. You don't want to say, y'all, we're gonna pay for that. So get right with God now, because we have done these people wrong. Theology school got y'all twisted, making y'all think this is that. Theology school is set up from the government, and the government is with Satan, our adversaries. So he's gonna teach y'all stuff in there to make y'all think that we were not the first. They're gonna say stuff in theology school to make y'all think that Christ was not dark skinned and he did not have hair like wool. They're gonna try to teach y'all stuff that there were men here billions of years ago when there was not. They were just beasts. Theology school will screw you up. Tribe of Judah, house of Israel. Don't go. They say, you shall hunger. Woe to you who laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep. So those of y'all who laugh, why would he say, he's talking about those of you laughing down on our race, laughing down on our tribe, laughing down on us. Looking down on, look at them. We look at y'all with y'all fancy stuff, fancy cars, houses, how y'all getting all the exceptions. Y'all getting accepted by everybody. Y'all getting accepted by the colleges. How y'all getting approved for loans. Y'all getting the better houses. The real estate agents is giving y'all better land than us, charging us more. All of that. Y'all laughing. But he's saying y'all will weep and cry. See, they ain't teaching y'all that. This is what this really means. Crucify me now if you don't like what I'm saying. This is not me. This is the word. It's already out there now. You can't stop it. I'm not the only one teaching this, but not like this. This is what this means. It should give you goosebumps because it's really scary and it really is. It feels good too. Oh, it's so powerful. Y'all laugh now, but he's saying y'all gonna weep. Y'all don't want to hear this, man. Put down the Bible if you're not gonna tell the truth. Preachers, teachers, y'all don't want to come against me. Y'all don't want to come toward me with that stuff, that bubblegum y'all be teaching. Misleading the church. Revelation, it says y'all will be judged. You better start getting with the program and learn the truth about what this Bible is really talking about so you can live at peace. Live in peace when all this chaos starts to get worse and worse and worse. When World War III happened and all that, everybody started dying on us and we see the blood flowing on the streets. You're going to be able to take it or you're going to commit suicide. But if you know the prophecies of this Bible, you know what all this really means, you'll know that we're going to be saved and hidden from all that. Woe to you when all men speak well of you, for so did their fathers to the false prophets. Wow. Everybody's speaking good of you now. And you ain't did no right. But woe to you who are, no. But I say to you here, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you. He's talking to our people, not to everybody else. He's talking about the tribe of Judah. He's talking only to the house of Israel. We're supposed to love our enemies and all that stuff. Turn the other cheek from each other. Don't go and kill each other. That's what he's talking about. If one of us hit each other, instead of going and kill him, hit him back. We want to go and kill. We want to go get a gun and shoot him. Love your enemies. Do good to those who hate you. He's talking to us, each other, not to anybody else but the house of Israel. So that we won't wipe out each other. So we won't kill each other. So that we won't become extinct. They got y'all thinking in church that he's talking about everybody. No, he's strictly only talking to Israel. That's us. That's why we're so miserable, the most unhappy, because we're cursed people. The Bible strictly tells us that is us. Bless those who curse you and pray for those who spitefully use you. He's not talking about our adversaries. He's talking about our own people. We've been cursing each other. We have been slandering each other, gossiping about each other since the beginning of time. And he wanted to stop. He was telling us that then, and he's telling us now. You got the meaning of the blessings of Yahushua. You got the meaning of Job, what he means, what it means. Job means hated. The one who was he who is hated. Job means persecuted or hated. He who weeps. He who weeps. That's what Job means. Job, the story of Job is the way they teach it in church and the way they have been teaching it is they're not telling you the whole truth. Job represents us, the balls, the sores, the sicknesses, all the stuff he went through, everybody who died on him. It's talking about our people who died on us, how all of us got sick when we were slaves, how we died off those sicknesses, how they treated us when we were sick, when we had all these sores and diseases. They didn't give us right treatments. They let us die. They let us die in the slave ships. Job represents all that. And Satan walking to and fro here and there on earth represents our adversaries posted up all across this earth, all around this world, to oppress us, to kill us, to start these wars, to start one new world order. And you know about the man with the leprosy, we went over that, how Yahweh told him to go show himself to the priest, because the priest put out everybody who had leprosy in the village. They stripped them from their families and kicked them out the village so that it would not become contagious. And it takes a lot for someone to go back to someone who have done them wrong. And according to research, the priests do you wrong when they find out you got leprosy. They kick you out. They don't ask you to leave. They kick you out. So Christ asked him to go show himself. Christ commanded him to show himself back to the people who kicked him out, who wrongly did him wrong in front of his family, who wrongly treated him in front of his family. Took him away. And that symbolizes us. And in order for him to be fully healed, he had to go show himself to the priest as a testimony of God's hand. And he didn't do that. And according to research, it came back. The leprosy came back. That's God showing us, go show yourself to the ones who have hurt you and forgive them. He didn't want to go show himself to the priest because he didn't want to forgive them how they treated him when they put him out for having leprosy. God is saying, go back to the people who have done you wrong, who you felt who have done you wrong. Let them know you forgave him so God can continue the blessing process in your life. If you don't do that, he won't move you up. When you try to go up and move up, you'll go up a little bit, but something is always going to happen to where it's going to keep you down. You're going to stay angry. You're going to be miserable. You're not going to be happy. Why you're rich, I don't know. Rich don't bring happiness. This ends my Bible study. I want to thank you for tuning in. I have a birthday party I have to host today. My son's birthday party is 10 today. Everybody say happy birthday to King. He is 10 years old today. And we're going to go swimming and celebrate here in Funky Town, Fort Worth. It is a joy and a privilege to teach, to have a congregation like you guys. Y'all have supported me. I see the comments. I read it. I will comment back, especially the ones that really touch me. And continue to study your Bible. Continue to read, study, pray, fast, worship the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of Yahweh Shah. Until then, peace out.